Can't get enough of Kelly and Ramya?
We're now on YouTube for you to indulge in highlights from our show.
Vision America is a company that's striving to make medications more accessible to consumers in the USA and Canada who can't read print. To find out how they're doing that, we're speaking with the Director of Marketing, Vision America, Jenna Reed, and Vision America, Jenna Reed, and Consumer, Monica Johnson. Ladies, welcome to Kelly and Ramya. Jenna, thanks for reaching out to the program, and we're really curious, what inspired Vision America?
Well, we have a history of blindness in our president's family. Both of his uncles were visually impaired. One did learn to read Braille. The other one did not. So they used to play poker back in the day. And as they played poker, Dave, our president, David Raystrick, would kind of lean in and whisper the cards to the gentleman who couldn't read Braille. And it kind of evolved from there. So it's kind of definitely a niche, and it's very homegrown for us. We really care about the market.
Wow.
What a story. Talk about, stories that come with the involvement or the development of different things and the inspirations behind companies, especially things like this that reach a huge market or address something that isn't addressed otherwise. And I love that. So let's talk about ScripTalk. What is it? How does it work for people who are unfamiliar?
So ScripTalk is talking prescription labels. We got our start in Veterans Affairs in the United States, and it slowly rolled out through their locations for veterans, and then it moved on to the retail pharmacy platform. So it's available at thousands of pharmacies, including Walmart's in Canada. It's at all the Sobeys pharmacies and under its different brands. So it's about 420 locations. And what it is your pharmacist puts a little electronic tag on the bottom of the prescription bottle, and then you have a device or you have a free app that you can use to hear the information out loud. So I'm going to turn the device on, and this is free on loan for the patient, however
ScripTalk station ready.
long they need it. It's about the size of an old school CD Walkman, a portable one. I'm going to set it down, and putting that bottom of the bottle on the top of the face of this machine, there's 3 buttons on the front. Your circular button is your read, and then you've got your next and previous, so you can jump through all that information. I'm just going to hit that circular read button.
Patient, John J. Smith. Medication, amoxicillin, 250 milligram capsules. Instructions, take 1 capsule 3 times daily. Quantity, 30. Prescription date, January 10th, 2024. Expiration date, January 10th, 2025. Refills remaining, 0. Prescriber, Dr. Ben Casey. Scriptability Pharmacy. To reorder this prescription, dial.
So it's going to go through all of those warnings, the prescription name, the dosage, and all of that information so that you're never in doubt. And that's where the key is.
That is really interesting. First of all, Dr. Ben Casey, very trusted person. I don't think you probably know who Ben Casey is, but anyway, or the reference of the size there. Rummy, do you remember what CDs? Never mind, CD players.
Of course I do. Come on.
About the palm size, yeah.
That's still a generation.
That was great. Yeah. It is beautiful when you give that demonstration because so many people really have no concept. I know myself, when I've gone to the pharmacy, I pick up my stuff. All I'm interested in how many times a day and maybe the pill size, because in all honesty, I never had that awareness as to what's all there. Absolutely crucial. Expiry dates, when it was, everything. So important and amazing to actually have access to this. How do you find the pickup of pharmacies who want to participate going? Are we getting to where, in your mind, in future, 100% participation, easy to get no matter what, or some means that no matter where you are, you can get one of these units?
There is always the hope out there. And I just want to reiterate, this is a free service. There is no charge. It does not go in your insurance, through your insurance at all. We're constantly adding pharmacies. Like Monica, who you'll talk to in a little bit, was huge with bringing Wegmans on board. We're always looking for new partnerships. There are 2 ways you can find a participating pharmacy near you. You can go to our website envisionamerica.com. If you scroll to the bottom, there is a pharmacy lookup, and it should automatically know your zip. If not, you just enter it, and it'll pull up all participating pharmacies near you. The alternative is to call us at 1-800-890-1180, and we will work with you. If your pharmacy does not offer this, we will talk to them. We will educate them. Obviously, we want to bring everyone on board. We want everyone to have the same access to this vital prescription information. So we do whatever we can to bring new pharmacies on board. Most of the major mail orders are also offering it. So I'm excited.
And you are doing that talking over here in Canada as well. Obviously, our main audience wondering that question right there.
Yes, it is in through all Sobeys locations and all their different brands such as Safeway and IGA. So we're very excited. We're always looking for new partnerships in Canada. We're very close with the Canadian Council of the Blind as well. We've worked with them.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So, Monica, tell us, please, about your experience, because I'm curious for you as a consumer of ScripTalk. How has it helped you? How has it served you? And, how beneficial is it for the blind, low vision community?
So actually, how I first got concerned about this is I had gotten some pills through my mail order before I even knew about ScripTalk. And I know the size and the shape. Now I'm totally blind, so I cannot see color at all or anything. I have no vision. And so I felt the shape of the pill. Well, I know all the shapes and feels of my pill. So I thought, oh, it's my cholesterol medication. So I just dumped it in my cholesterol meds in the bottle that I have in my big pill thing. And I threw the bottle on the table because I didn't have time to run down and throw it in the recyclables. My sister came over like a day later and was like, hey, what's with the prescription bottle on the table? I said, oh, my cholesterol meds came. And, and she looked at it. She goes, these are not your cholesterol meds. I'm like, what are you talking about? Sure they are. And she's like, no, it's not. Go get me your bottle. So I did. Sure enough, the ones that came in the mail, it was a manufacturer's change. And because I could not read that on the cautions, warnings, and on the paper of information, I did not know it. So I was actually taking no cholesterol medication and too much of something else.
Wow.
Which could be very dangerous. And so I then was made aware by a friend not too long after that, hey, there's ScripTalk. Well, I signed up for it right away, and oh my gosh, such a lifesaver. Such a lifesaver, especially because every sighted person who came into my apartment, I was like, how many refills do I have left on this prescription bottle? Because I can't see anything.
Sighted volunteer.
Yeah. That's right. They become your ScripTalk, even unbeknownst to themselves that way. And it's interesting, Lana, because you think about households and a lot of places, most people who have someone in the house taking medication, there's someone else. And if things get mixed up easily or somebody's at home alone, you don't want to count on that. When you first got hold of it and started to use ScripTalk, like I listened to it, read all that there and think, wow, there's so much there. What did you, other than feeling so liberated and like, oh my gosh, no need to bother or have to trust anyone else, but was there information on there that made you surprised it's there and stop and say, my God, there's a lot I've been missing?
Well, some of it, especially if it says, it could cause upset stomach, it could cause you to throw up, it could cause explosive diarrhea and things like that. Those are important things that we would all want to know when taking medication.
Yeah.
But, I know I was just, and again, so the manufacturer's change, that also comes on there. So great. I can't even tell you. So I know. And like Jenna had mentioned, through all the major mail orders, they have that on there. So anytime I get my meds through the mail now, they always have the label right on the bottom of the bottle or even on the creams or whatever I order. So I know exactly what I have. There's no mismanagement of my meds. And I'm so grateful for that. Because I also manage my mom's too. She says the writing is too small on the bottom now. And even though she has 20/20 vision, she can't read it. So I take care of her meds as well. And I want to make sure I don't mix up hers with mine.
That is such a good point, Monica. You know, we're not just talking about meds for ourselves or, you know, one or two things that we're cycling through. Like your story and example is a huge red flag of what could go wrong. But also there are so many people with disabilities taking care of others, right? Primary caregivers for other people and having to keep track of tons of meds. Also, I'm curious, just as a follow-up to this product, is there anything else you do to handle medication along with this? Do you use other ways to organize your medication that you find to be, you know, now you know what's protocol?
So I do. I have a certain box and I have everything in certain rows in a certain order. But again, at any time, any one of us could make a mistake. I mean, I could shove one bottle into a different row by accident, and I just always make sure everything is all set. And, you know, by the way, not only for me also as a person, but for anyone with visual impairment, if you have any kind of a pet, Chewy, for pet supplies, you can get your animal's meds through Chewy, and it works on ScripTalk. So they have ScripTalk labeling for even your pets, for people who can't see their pets' prescriptions as well. How important is that to take care of your animals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very much.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not giving meds to them often enough, you're not even keeping track of what anything is. You need a refresher.
It's so powerful.
Yes. And like you said, it was so great to have my independence. I'm going to cry. It was so great to have my independence back by that. I just can't tell you how it helped to boost my self-confidence and just awareness that there are things out there that do help people like ourselves.
Right.
And like
well, we have too many areas, I'm sure you agree, in the medical field that you stop and say, in the medical field, of all places where you expect accessibility, that we find we fall short. And this is just a godsend.
Oh, without a doubt. I have been on many TV shows, radio shows, and I want everyone to know this is out there. It can help you if you need help with this. It can read it back to you. You can play it 8 times. If you want to play it 3 times a day, just to make sure it's on there. I have friends that they're both blind. So when they get their meds all in one bag, I always say, I hope she doesn't take his testosterone and he doesn't take her estrogen. That would be disastrous. But either one
what a crossing.
can see. How would you know whose meds are whose?
Yep, for sure. I'm curious, Jenna, when it comes to the calls you got to make or reaching out, especially to encourage a pharmacy or whatever, I don't know if that weighs in on some of the fun things because of the reaction you get where you hear positive, really, tell me about this, or what kind of, but for you, part of your job, what's the most fun part?
I just simply love telling people that it's an absolutely free service and that there's no cost involved with it. Now, there is a small charge on the side of the pharmacy to offer it, but we try to keep it as inexpensive as possible to make it as widely available as possible. We want to get it into the most hands, necessary. And I just love what I do. I love helping people and I love giving them access. I mean, everyone should be able to understand what's in the prescriptions. There should be no doubt. I mean, some of the stories that I've heard over the years of people putting them in different work drawers and things like that and trying to memorize. I mean, no one should have to go through that. Mm-hmm. And when I heard what this company offers, it was a really easy fit. And I love what I do. And I love going to shows. And when I heard about you guys, I was excited to reach out. We do a lot of it word of mouth. So we encourage people, like Monica is a wonderful advocate. She goes and visits just different doctors' offices, especially eye care, associates and things like that, just to spread the word and get that out there.
And I'm sure the more feedback you have from people, the more you can continue catering to this purpose, right? Like the uniformity of different pill bottles and different meds coming with this label. Monica mentioned our pets' medications and things like that. There are a lot of ways to continue improving and tweaking the approach.
Correct. Yeah, we even offer, if it's a specific package or something like that and has to have, like, we call it a hang tag that comes off some of the package, we do whatever we can to accommodate. You know, at the end of the day, the safety of the patients is what's paramount for us. If there's ever any issues or any questions, we have a wonderful patient care team that's here available all the time to answer. And we're always evolving. As I said, you know, I mentioned the device itself, but for those of you who are tech savvy, we also have a free app on both Android and iOS that can be downloaded for free as well. And the cool thing about the app is it keeps a list of all your medications that you've scanned on your full scan feature. And so when you go to your doctor's office, you can hand over your phone and say, here, this is what I'm on. Or if someone asks you, you can say, this is what I'm on.
And that's really great. If you get into a problem, you go to emergency and they say, what meds are you on? You got it right there. Thank you very much, folks. That was Jenna Reed with Envision America and consumer Monica Johnson telling us about ScripTalk. Ladies, great advocacy. Thanks for reaching out. Appreciate you being a part of the show and helping so many of us out there understand and know and making us aware. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kelly.
You can learn. You're welcome. You can learn more about Envision America at envisionamerica.com.
Thanks for watching.
You can catch Kelly and Ramya weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern on AMI.